What makes a boxer truly special? Ricky Hatton was a fan favourite, based in the ring and lived life big. But did he leave at the right time, or did boxing move on without him? Let's find out. Ricky Hatton wasn't just born into boxing, he was born into a world of sports. Growing up in Stockport, Greater Manchester, England on October 6, 1978, Hatton was surrounded by athletics from a young age. His dad, Ray Hatton, was a footballer, so naturally, young Ricky was expected to follow the same path. He even had a shot at playing for Manchester City's youth team, but football wasn't where his heart was. Something about the raw individual battle of boxing pulled him in, and once he entered, there was no turning back. At first, though, it wasn't boxing that got him into combat sports, it was kickboxing. The speed, the aggression, the thrill of a fight, it all clicked for him. But as he grew, he realised that his frame and skill set were better suited for traditional boxing, so he made the switch, and from then on, his only focus was the ring. As a beginner, Hatton quickly gained attention. He wasn't just fighting, he was dominating. His aggressive non-stop pressure style made him stand out, and by 1996 he had proven himself on an international level, winning a bronze medal at the World Junior Championships in Havana, Cuba. That was a turning point. The raw talent, the determination and the ability to throw punches that hurt, he had all the makings of a future champion. It wasn't long before he decided to go pro, stepping into the ring with the confidence of a man who knew he was about to make history. However, boxing wasn't the only path he explored before going pro. Did you know Hatton briefly worked as a carpet fitter in his family's business? Learning the trade under his father and grandfather, he spent time cutting and laying carpets until one incident which changed everything. While using a Stanley knife, he accidentally sliced through his fingers. A painful but eye-opening moment. Looking back, he often joked that it was the universe telling him he was meant to throw punches, not cut carpets. That small incident became a sign. Boxing wasn't just his passion, it was his destiny. But how did a young fighter go from a promising talent to a boxing sensation? Well, in Hatton's case, on September 11, 1997, at just 18 years old, he made his professional debut against Colin McCauley. It wasn't just a win, it was a message. His constant pressure, fast combos and exciting style had everyone talking right away. Over the next few years, he kept winning fight after fight, building a reputation as a fierce, high-energy fighter who wasn't just in it to win, he was there to put on a show. By 2000, he claimed his first major title, the British light welterweight belt, but that was just the warm-up. In 2001, he won the World Boxing Union WBU light welterweight title. And that's when things really started heating up. Hatton wasn't just defending his belt, he was making a habit of defeating his opponents. He held on to the WBU title 15 times, showing he wasn't just a rising star, he was a force to be challenged in the division. And the best part? The fans absolutely loved him. Hatton wasn't some distant superstar, he was relatable, a working-class guy from Manchester who enjoyed his beers and takeaways just as much as landing knockouts. His fights became massive events, drawing a massive fan base. Did you know Hatton's style was shaped by an unusual training experience? Early in his career, Hatton trained at Billy the Preacher Graham's gym, sparring with experienced fighters to master inside fighting and take heavy shots. Graham even had him train in a sauna suit to mimic late-round fatigue, ensuring he could keep his relentless pace. That relentless energy became Hatton's trademark, making him a nightmare for opponents. But what really made Hatton a legend? Well, Hatton's defining moment came on June 4, 2005, when he stepped into the ring against Kostya Tszyu, a feared champion and one of the best light welterweights of all time. Tszyu was a knockout artist, and many believed Hatton couldn't handle him, but Hatton had other plans. From the start, Hatton came in strong, setting a relentless pace and refusing to back down. Round after round, he wore Tszyu out, forcing him into a fight he couldn't control. Then, after 11 brutal rounds, Tszyu shocked everyone. He quit on his stool. Just like that, Hatton was the new IBF and the ring light welterweight champion, proving he was the real deal. That win wasn't just about the titles, it made Hatton a superstar. Suddenly he was headlining huge fights in packed arenas and the world couldn't ignore him anymore. In 2005, he was named Fighter of the Year by The Ring, ESPN, and the Boxing Writers Association of America. But Hatton wasn't done. Over the next few years, he took on big names like Luis Collazo, Jose Luis Castillo, and Juan Urango, racking up wins and adding more belts to his collection. His brutal body shot knockout of Castillo in 2007 became one of his most famous highlights. Then came the real test, Floyd Mayweather Jr. in December 2007. It was the ultimate showdown between Hatton and Mayweather. Fans from the UK flooded Las Vegas to support him, turning the arena into a home fight. Hatton had his moments early on, but Mayweather's precision and counterpunching took over. In the 10th round, a perfectly timed check hook sent Hatton crashing into the corner and the referee stopped the fight. It was his first professional loss, but his legacy wasn't shaken and he had fought the best in the world. 2 years later, he took on another huge fight against Mayweather Pacquiao in 2009, but this time things went differently. Pacquiao's speed and power were too much, and in the second round, Hatton was knocked out cold by a brutal left hand. It was a tough loss that many saw as the end of his prime. Still, Hatton had already cemented his place in boxing history. He had fought the best, won world titles and given fans unforgettable moments. But what came next? That's where things got more complicated. After the loss to Pacquiao, things took a dark turn for Hatton. Boxing had been his whole life, and without it, he felt lost. The adrenaline, the fans, the purpose, it was all gone, and he didn't know what to do next. The defeat wasn't just physical, it hit him mentally. He struggled with depression, weight gain, and turned to alcohol and drugs to cope. For fans, it was heartbreaking to see their hero in such a rough place. In 2011, after 2 years away from the ring, Hatton officially renounced his retirement. He admitted he had lost the love for the sport and couldn't find the motivation to keep going. Instead, he focused on coaching and promoting, helping young fighters chase their dreams. It seemed like he was ready to move on. But deep down, Hatton wasn't done. The fire to fight was still there, and in 2012, he announced a comeback. Fans were excited, hoping to see their hero back in top form. He trained hard, lost weight, and stepped back into the ring against Vyacheslav Senchenko. At first, it looked like the old Hatton was back, aggressive, relentless, pushing forward. But then reality hit hard. Hatton lost by TKO in the 9th round. That fight made him realize something. His time as a fighter was over. He officially retired for good in 2012, this time on his own terms. It wasn't the fairy tale ending he had hoped for, but he had already secured his legacy. Hatton's career wasn't just about the fights, his impact on boxing and his fans went beyond wins and losses. Even after retirement, his name still carries weight in the sport and his legacy remains strong. He also created new opportunities for future British boxers on the world stage. Before him, UK fighters didn't always get the respect they deserved internationally, but Hatton changed that. He fought the biggest names, headlined massive fights in America, and showed that British boxing belonged on the global stage. Fighters like Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, and Josh Taylor have all acknowledged Hatton's influence in inspiring their own careers. Beyond the ring, Hatton's honesty about his mental health struggles opened up important conversations in sports. He didn't hide his battles with depression and addiction. He spoke about them openly, helping to break the stigma around mental health, especially for athletes. His story became a lesson, showing that even champions struggle, but what matters is how they fight back. Today, Hatton continues to shape the sport as a trainer and mentor. His gym has produced several talented fighters, and he remains a key figure in British boxing. He's transitioned from being the one in the ring to the one in the corner, guiding the next generation. Ricky Hatton's legacy isn't just about the belts he won, it's about the excitement he brought to boxing, the way he connected with people, and the mark he left on the sport. Even years after his last fight, he's still a name that gets fans talking. So where do you think Ricky Hatton ranks among boxing's greats? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more.